Well, it's official. Nintendo has announced that we can pre-order the Nintendo Switch 2 on April 24th, just less than a week away when I launch this video. I'm stoked. I'm ready for a new Nintendo Switch. It's going to have more power. It's going to have a better screen. It's going to have better Joy-Cons. I'm ready to upgrade my Switch 1 to a Switch 2. But with that being said, thank goodness the price of the console didn't go up because of tariffs. The games for the console did not go up because of tariffs, but some of the accessories, if not all of them, went up by at least $5, which sucks. Yes, the Pro Controller I think was going to launch at around $80. Now it's going to be $85 for the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro Controller. So yeah, that sucks. But at least they didn't raise their already high price for the Nintendo Switch 2. I am happy about that, to be honest with you. I'm glad they didn't raise the price to say $600 for the Mario Kart bundle, you know? I mean, they could have, but they didn't. Thank goodness. But, you know, it is what it is. I mean, I don't know why Nintendo's launching this console so high. Maybe because they feel like it's a really great console, like it's going to outsell the Switch 1. I don't know. You know, maybe because the chipset in it is really expensive for them to make and they're, you know, selling the console at a loss. I don't know. I'm not the one who makes those decisions, but I am glad that we finally have a date set in stone officially by Nintendo of April 24th to pre-order the Nintendo Switch 2 here in North America. So yes, that's exciting. But like I said, guys, there's a lot of controversy with the Switch 2. And a lot of people arguing online, you know, drop the price, you know, there's just a lot of arguing about it. I see a lot of it on social media, and it sucks. You know, it sucks that everything is so expensive today. You know, just 10 years ago, you know, it was much more affordable to go get fast food at a fast food restaurant or even sit down at a restaurant, you know, cheaper to go buy a car. You know, it was a lot cheaper to fill up your gas tank, you know, or go get a dozen eggs. And things have changed. And they are changing rapidly. Maybe it's because of the administration, whoever's in office, and they play with tariffs like a yo-yo. Or who knows? I don't know. I don't have the answers for that. And we really don't have the control over that besides voting, right? And so what we can do is we can either not buy the console at such a high price and boycott it, and then they'll have no choice but to drop the price, or at least maybe don't buy the games and they'll have no choice but to drop the price. Or we can, you know, do some sort of side hustle to make extra money to afford the console. And there's multiple ways, right? We can get into it all day long. But for me, it kind of makes sense that things are so expensive now because, like I said, everything around us is more expensive now. You know, mortgage payments are higher than ever before. You know, a dozen eggs higher than ever before. And it's a growing trend. Why wouldn't video games follow that suit? I believe that Sony and Microsoft are going to start selling their games at $80 a pop now for brand new releases. I believe that their consoles are going to go up in price because of tariffs and whatever's going on in the government. They're going to go up in price. A PS5 Pro is going to be $50 more, whatever, you know. At Microsoft's next console might even be sold for around $800. It's all, you know, perspective. It's all perspective. To me, the Nintendo Switch 2 it's worth every penny to me because I'm going to get a lot of use out of it. I'm going to use it on my channel. I'm going to play it probably every day at home. I use my Nintendo Switch quite a bit. So to me, it's valuable. It's worth every penny to me. Whereas like, you know, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, maybe not so much. You know, I bought a Series X brand new, but I waited until there was a bundle deal to where I could get a free game with it. Then it made more sense to me. I got the Diablo 4 bundle over at Best Buy. My PlayStation 5, I did it in a trade. I refinished my friend's countertops, and then we traded for a PS5. You know, but, you know, like I said, guys, it's all perspective. We can look at it very negatively and be pissed off about it, or we can adapt to it. And that's kind of how I'm looking at this generation in gaming. I'm going to have to adapt to what's going on. I don't have control over the markets. I don't have control of tariff, things, whatever that crap is. So there's nothing I can do about that, and I have to adjust to it. If I don't like it, then I won't buy it. If I don't think it's valuable to me, I'm not gonna buy it. And that's how I recommend, a lot of you out there that are pissed off at Nintendo for raising these prices, is to either adapt to it or just don't purchase it. Don't buy it. They might eventually lower the price if things change in the world, if policies change and, the tariffs go away, whatever. They might lower the price before the holiday, maybe in the beginning of next year. But for me, it's there's a lot of value in it. So I'm happy with where it's at, but I'm also going to do things to where I don't break my bank and I don't put my family in debt, or, I don't put myself in debt, and I don't take away things from my family by selling things that I already own. Then that's what I recommend a lot of gamers do. If you have an old console that you don't play anymore, or say you have a massive collection of games that you can trade in or sell on Facebook or on eBay, why not do that? If you don't want to, I understand, because I'm a collector as well. But there's just some things I don't play or use anymore. So why not? Why not sell those things that I'm not using towards my Switch 2 purchase? And I'm going to go with the Mario Kart bundle, because right there I'm saving $30 on Mario Kart. So why not? Why not save the $30 instead of getting, the console for $450 and then I pay another $80 for a game? No, thank you. I don't know, guys. This is just my own opinion. This is, how I'm going to adapt to how things are going to go. And, I might not always be in this position to be able to adapt as easily as right now. There might be harder times for me coming up in the future. I don't know. But right now, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to either do a side hustle, sell some stuff, those kinds of things in order to afford my Switch 2. Because like I said, I really want this console. I think there's going to be some great games to play on it, especially like Metroid Prime 4. Oh my gosh, let's freaking go, dude. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. That's just me. Those are my suggestions to you. If you're, having a difficult time with these prices, just know that it's going to be okay. And eventually they're going to go down in price, eventually. And things might change. We don't know, because we don't have control over that besides at the polls. So if you don't like high prices, go vote. Go vote. Don't sit back at home and don't do anything. Go vote. Go vote for what you think is right. So anyways, guys, that's all from me today. I really do appreciate you watching this video. And yeah, April 24th, North America, pre-order the Switch 2. Let's freaking go. See you on the next video, guys. Bye.